Hey guys, Scotty Z, and I want to introduce you to PermaCare Homestead, Russia. So this is our 3 acres of land here in a beautiful little village, 3 hours in from Moscow, 3 hours away from Europe. What's that, east of Moscow? And we are in a little place called Mirnoy. Mirnoy means peaceful. We're right on the edge of the forest. I can probably show you. I'm going to try and do this. That's all the forest back there, some beehive. And then we've got this 3 acres in an Anastasia village. I don't know if you've ever heard of Anastasia, but it's books that were written 25 years ago in Russia about a recluse. This woman, young, lived in the Siberian forest who shared a philosophy about living in harmony with nature. And from there, a movement has sprung up, and there are now hundreds and hundreds of Anastasia villages around Russia. And this is actually one of the originals. This has been here for 20 years. There are 300 families that all have at least 1 hectare, which is about 2.5 acres. Ours is 1.2 hectares. 300 families, 200 permanent. There's a school, a town hall, a fire brigade, like a local fire brigade, local security. I've got to get my Russian better so I can be part of the security. But yeah, we bought this land about 6 months ago now, just before winter. Over winter, we've been working with an architect. I did a permaculture design course to design the homestead. We've been working with an architect, been meeting a lot of the locals, and we're just about to get started. And today, actually, just behind this beautiful pine, you can probably see little posts sticking up. That's a big apple tree in the middle, which may have to go. We've got to see. But I actually mapped out the footprint of the house. So we're very, very grateful to be building our first family home. My wife, Tamara, is Russian. We met living in Bali. We were both working on the internet. We met in a cafe. We fell in love. Our son now is 4. He was born in St. Petersburg. So we moved from Bali, traveled a little bit, and then ended up in St. Petersburg. And he was born there, moved back to Australia for 2.5 years. That's where I'm from. And then a year ago in April, there's my dog. A year ago, we moved back to Russia. Craziness was happening in Australia. The lockdowns were mental. The police state that was happening in Australia was getting really crazy. Everyone in Russia is like, why aren't you living in Australia? I'm like, if you knew what was going on in Australia, you'd want to be in Russia too. They're like, but you know what's going on in Russia? I was like, yeah, and I prefer it. So it's an interesting one. But regardless of the political situations and all of that, we've always wanted to live this way. Just in nature, in harmony with community, growing food. I've got plans to build a big, massive 4-season greenhouse with insulation in the ground, a passive solar greenhouse. So south is this way. So I chose this land to have a really nice south-facing aspect. The house that we've designed, and if you follow along, I'll put up some photos and videos and stuff for the design. And as we're starting building in 3 weeks, which is going to be great. Looking forward to it. That little hut there is the original little hut. Today we had a breakthrough. Actually, we got electricity, which is fantastic. We've been waiting for the electricity to be put on, and just happened to be here this weekend. And I'm sitting there, and I was like, "That sounds like electricity, like zapping." Bzz, bzz. And I pulled up, like the cable was just like laying on the ground. This place hasn't been used in many, many years. We had to clean it all out. There was mice poo everywhere. So yeah, a lot of cleaning to do. But it's just a tiny little hut. It's only 2.5 by 4 meters. It's a tiny little hut. But electricity was zapping. And so I followed this electricity, which was just in the grass, all overgrown. And I pulled it up, and it's like a live electrical cable. Oh my God. So we called the neighbor 2 doors down. And he came down. He's an electrician, of course, perfect. And he put electricity on for us. So he wired it up and fixed it all. And, so we're all good. We've got electricity. We have a skwajna. How do you say that in English? A bore. We have a bore. So we've got water today as well because the pump finally works. And over here, that's our Russian sauna. It's a log, old style log Russian sauna. It's called a banya. They call it in Russian. It's a wood-fired Russian sauna. So that works really well. And then we've got a little pond back over here. Every Anastasia, they call it, what do they call it actually? Your kin domain. Your kin domain. This is our kin domain in the Anastasia philosophy. I call it a homestead, right? But in an Anastasia kin domain, every hectare or more has a pond, and you have fish, and you grow food. And I'm building the teplitsa, greenhouse, like full. I'm following the Canadians. The Canadians are on it. The technology they're using is fantastic. So we can grow food all year round, which is really exciting. So anyway, this is the adventure. This is what we're doing. As I said, just behind here, we're going to start building in the next few weeks. So come on the adventure with me. It's going to be really exciting. But over the next few years, the vision here is to just grow food, explore the forest. I bow. Well, I have a bow and I want to bow hunt. I've never bow hunted before, but I like bows, so I'm going to try my hand at bow hunting. I'm just learning about milling my own timber with a chainsaw. I've worked a lot of chainsaws. I was a landscape gardener, so I've done like a lot of gardening, a lot of landscaping, and a lot of chainsaws. So I've just learned how to mill my own timber. So I'm going to go through the forest and mill my own not for the house, but maybe for the sheds and the barn and stuff like that. If I can mill my own timber, it's going to be great. We'll get the beehives going again. We're going to move our chickens. We've got 20 chickens. We're going to maybe double or triple that. I want to get all sorts of things happening on the land. I'll leave it at that. But over the next few years, we're going to be developing this piece of land. And now that the snow is off the ground, we're actually able to start work. Spring is here. So anyway, that's it. That's what we're doing. We're out here, as I said, a little village called Mirnoi, means peaceful. And the vision is just to live in peace, in community, helping each other, loving the land, being loved by the land, and just loving each other. Like, that's to me what this whole thing is about. We're just here to love each other. And she gives us everything. Mother Nature gives us everything. And I believe the Father is guiding us every step of the way. So we have all that we need. It's just getting back to the simplicity, out of the head, out of the worry and the fear and the manipulation that is happening in the world, and just getting back to what's real. And to me, what's real is people and nature. So I'm here in community, 300 families, living in harmony with nature, growing food, raising family. And this skinny Aussie boy is going to be doing it right here in the heart of Russia with my beautiful Russian wife. And I'm very grateful for that, regardless of the weather. You know, everyone's like, isn't it cold? No, you get over it, mate. You get over it. So anyway, stop dragging on, and I love you heaps. If this resonates, I'll put some links below where you can... I don't like the whole thing about follow. I more say like walk with me. Come and walk with me. If this resonates with you and you feel what I'm saying is something that you want to be a part of, come and walk with me. I'll share what I can along this journey. I was a professional adventure guide. That was my career for most of my 20s. So I'm used to taking people on adventures. So if you want to come on an adventure with me into PermaCare, into the Tribes United, as we connect more of these villages and these movements around the world, come along with me. Let's have some fun. Maybe you want to grow with me. My company is Integral College. It's about coming into an integrated whole. We do that through various types of education online. Everything's online now, right? Has to be, except for growing food. So if that does resonate, you can find me in one of the sites below or wherever this in the description, and let's have some fun. Cool, that's me. I love you so much. I'm looking forward to meeting you in the comments, maybe one day in person. That'd be great. And otherwise, I'm going to have some fun. From my family to yours, I love you so much. My name is Scotty Z, and I will see you very soon. Cheers.